Trump, the king of crypto volatility, is at it again. Trump says China tariffs will drop a lot. Mega bullish for markets. And hold up, we got a brand new SEC chair that says that crypto is going to be his top priority. Plus, we got a classic megaphone pattern that's forming on the daily charts, a bullish MACD cross that's showing us that we are screaming towards historical moves. And we got Ethereum looking like a generational buy. Stick around, crew, for the big breakdown. This is a crypto moment that we have been waiting for, and you're not going to want to miss it. Welcome back, crypto crew. It is your boy Tom here, bringing you all the hottest in Bitcoin and crypto action. Today's market is absolutely electric, and we got a ton to unpack. Trump's new tariffs, SEC poll chair, crypto first agenda, Bitcoin chart setup that's on fire, Ethereum setting up, screaming undervaluation. Man, if you're ready to dive in, you got to first give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to come on over to X and follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin, crypto all day, every day. So, remember, crew, we've been talking about this. Now, let's get into the charts right away. On the daily chart, okay, we got some serious signals. We're seeing a classic megaphone pattern, a widening formation that has been forming. The market was coming down, and then bang, we have the break up, which is what we were expecting. Now, it wasn't all roses and it wasn't all pretty just a few days ago, but we were saying, and we held to our guns, that the marketplace was going to rebound, and so far we have been correct. Now, we're seeing this classic megaphone pattern. Like I said, it's a widening formation that usually forms after a downward movement. And it's a textbook reversal showing Bitcoin's building support and gearing up for a big move. Now, I want to just come on over to this chart, because this is the chart that we actually started with. Okay, we said that we had the double bottom forming on Bitcoin. Okay, and then we had the break up. We wanted a retest of the 86.9. We didn't get it. We got a straight up parabolic move, which is great, but now we're really hoping, we're hoping that we get a retest of 89,000. Okay, now we're hoping for a retest of 89,000, but we have targets up at 95, 96,000 and 107 for the trade. But right now, it would be great if we did get a little bit of a retracement back down to, say, 89,000. That would be great. But this megaphone pattern is definitely in play. Based on the setup, like I said, we got two key profit areas. We got the 95.9 and 107.1. Now, if this plays out and it's looking really strong, we're hoping that we could see a retest before it blasts higher, but it's very, very strong right now, and there's so much information in the background that has been pumping this, that we've been talking about. Things have to take time to work through the market. Bitcoin was very, very boring for quite a long time. It was very dull, and retail traders were losing interest in it. But that was the time to actually start to really dig deeply and look in, because that's where the opportunities occur. When the market's quiet and dull, there's a reason for it. It's because people are repositioning, and whales aren't going to just show their hand. This is a game of poker, and it's high stakes. So they're not showing anything. They're going to slowly lull the market to sleep so that they can grab the liquidity. So now let's just go on to the daily charts. Let's look at EMA ribbons. And what we got going on with the EMA ribbons right here is that we broke free. Now, we talked about this yesterday, okay? And what we said was, like, the EMA ribbons act as a magnet. So as the marketplace needed to break above these, to break away from the magnetic qualities of the EMA ribbons. Now, we just broke above them, and this is massive because, as I said, the EMA ribbons act like a magnetic zone, pulling price back. If the marketplace truly wasn't in an upward movement, okay, what would have occurred is, like, if you notice in the past, the market got pulled up to the EMA ribbons, and then it got rejected back down, got pulled back up, boom, rejected back down, pull back up into the EMA ribbons, boom, back down. Now we're finally starting to break free from their magnetic quality of pulling us back down. They're actually starting to break upward, and if you look at the EMA itself, the shorter term is starting to turn up. Like we said yesterday, EMA lags price because price action is the only truth. Okay, so we wanted a clean positive break above 90,000 to confirm strength. And lo and behold, we got it. Bitcoin sitting right around 93,000 as of today, April 23rd, 2025. The close above 90,000 is a green light for bulls. Now, we got liquidity that is now stacking up. Guess where? We got liquidity stacking up right about at 100,000. Okay, if my liquidity map would show up. Now look at this. This is liquidity was all in here, right? We said we're going to grab that liquidity. Look what it did. Look at the marketplace. Bang. Now there's liquidity right up in this area, right around. This is a small amount. There's a bunch of liquidity up at 100,000. So you guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? The marketplace is going to target that. It's acting as a price magnet, and it's setting up for a major FU rally, if you know what that means. Fill in the acronym FU rally. All right, so now let's go on to let's zoom out. Let's go on to the 3-day chart right here, because this is where things are getting wild. The bullish MACD Bitcoin cross is live. For those that don't know, moving average convergence divergence is a momentum indicator, and a bullish cross happens when the MACD line crosses the signal line. Last time we saw this on the 3-day chart, 88% pump. This time we're already up 12%, and the freaking momentum is building fast. You've been warned, crypto crew. Bitcoin is waking up. This crosses a RAS signal. With the current setup, we could be seeing explosive gains. Combine this with the daily megaphone pattern that we just brought to your attention. This is not the time to fade this rally. It's not. It's time to look for short-term buy levels. A lot to unpack here. I know there's a lot to unpack here. Let's get over to the weekly chart. Let's move over to the weekly. I got so many damn charts up, I can't find it. On the weekly chart, all right. Bitcoin's bouncing hard on the weekly chart. The weekly trend is showing serious strength backed by institutional money. Spot Bitcoin ETFs just saw 900 million inflows. Who is that? Who's doing that? Is that retail? Nah. That's Wall Street piling in, creating insane buying pressure. Combined with the MACD cross, the megaphone pattern, and the EMA breakout, we got a recipe for a monster move, suggesting a 9.67% jump to 98,000 by tomorrow, April 25th, 2025. Could the six figures be next? The charts are screaming yes, yes. But let's not leave behind Ethereum. Let's not leave behind Ethereum. Okay. This is where things get exciting. Ethereum is massively undervalued right now, according to the MVRV score. For those that don't know, the MVRV measures whether an asset is overvalued or undervalued compared to historical market cap and realized value. Historically, anytime the Ethereum MVRV value was here, it was the best generational buying zones. Now we're in that zone now. And we've been shouting this out on X, okay? I want you to come over to our X post, okay? Where we're basically saying there's a huge signal because Ethereum gas fees just hit 0.04, insanely low. The last time gas fees were this cheap, a bull run followed. Why? Cheap transactions mean massive adoption. Builders are building DApps, DeFi projects, NFTs without breaking the bank. The whales are watching and accumulating quietly. The stars are aligning for Ethereum, with Ethereum trading around 1,800 right now. I believe this is the calm before the storm. If Bitcoin keeps pumping, breaks through that 100,000, Ethereum's undervaluation and low gas fees could ignite a parabolic move. Don't miss it. Don't sleep on it. All right. Stepping back, if we come on over and we're looking at the macro scenario, I want to bring you over to M2 that we've been talking about like forever. All right. But I want to just put everything in perspective for you. The M2 money supply itself. All right. The global economic setup is insanely bullish for crypto. We've been saying this over and over and over again. Global liquidity index is approaching all-time highs. Some places it's at all-time highs. And Bitcoin's been riding this wave like a pro. We said that historically, when liquidity spikes, think central banks pumping money or markets getting frothy, risk assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum, all crypto goes parabolic. Now, also, there's been some gold profits. I mean, gold has been really pulling in some money. I mean, gold has been rallying like crazy, but I've been seeing, I've been hearing some rumors that people that are taking profits in gold, guess where they're putting them? Ethereum and Bitcoin. So Bitcoin isn't just a story. It's a crypto market story. Ethereum's undervaluation and network activity makes it a prime candidate for a breakout. Altcoin season is really about to see some serious action if the trend continues. Now, let's just talk the catalyst between all this. All right. Really, right now, you got Trump's, tariff basically saying that, he's planning. There's a rumor that the U.S. is looking to acquire 1 million Bitcoin. We have the tariff situation, all right, where basically Trump softens on China's tariffs, lightning a fire under the markets. Lower tariffs mean more global trade, cheaper goods, massive boost for risk on assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. This could supercharge economic growth, which fuels the investor appetite. And then, as I said earlier, we had a new SEC chair, Paul Atkins, who's sworn in as the chairman, said that he will make his top priority to have a firm foundation for digital assets and keep politics out of security laws. Oh man, have I been waiting? That is music to my ears. That is music to my ears. So let's tie this all together. Bitcoin's been volatile. It had 18 days of the last 30, 2.94% volatility, while Ethereum itself had 12 green days with 10.3% volatility. But the bigger picture is clear. Institutional money, regulatory clarity, and global liquidity are creating a perfect storm. The tariff cuts could drive economic growth. Atkins SEC could bring in billions, and that's that 2.25 billion Bitcoin and Ethereum option expiration on April 18th, 2025 might shake out the weekends. The stage is set, but always manage the risk, crypto crew. Now, before we wrap up, I got to tell you, crypto crew, about our trading community. Okay, it's totally free to join. You click the link right here to join. You'll be taken over to this site where you can jump in and join the waiting list. We're dropping insane alpha and trading opportunities daily, from breakout setups and Bitcoin, like that megaphone pattern that we just talked about, to long-term gens like Ethereum's undervalued setup. We got you covered. We want you to be part of our trading team. Okay, and if you so inclined, check out our broker right here. This is our preferred broker. Basically, low fees, fast execution, and perfect for our strategies. Join the crew, lever up your trading, and let's stack those profits together. All right, crew, here it is. Here it is. Like I said, it's a lot to unpack today. Okay, Trump tariff cuts. Paul Atkins, crypto first SEC, 900 billion in Bitcoin ETF inflows, global liquidity boom, setting the stage for massive crypto run. Bitcoin's megaphone pattern, charging things and setting things up with a bullish MACD cross on the 3-day pattern. Bullish MACD cross on the 3 days, historically delivering 88% gains. Ethereum's MRV score actually at the lowest points ever for a long time. Low gas fees, historic lows. Oh man, the stars are aligning. What do you think? Will Bitcoin hit 100,000 within the next 3 days? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to follow us on X and make sure that you always trade with your head, not over it. And if you're a short-term trader, do your own research. These are just our opinions. And remember, always, as a short-term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.